Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with my makeup bag and I thought it would be fun to do kind of an updated what's in my makeup bag sort of video. I used to do these videos on a monthly basis. I would like switch out my blushes, I'd switch out my eyeshadow palettes. But at some point I just kind of stopped doing that. I just sort of use the products that I like and just, use those consistently. Especially like this year I've been focusing on my Naked palette. Now I'm going to be focusing on my Naked 2 palette. So I'm not really like switching out my products as much. But I thought it would be fun to do like what I'm currently using, and then maybe as my makeup bag, the items are kind of changing as I'm using things up, then I can do some updated videos for like what's in my makeup bag. But anyway, I will get started with what I'm currently using. So some of these items I just kind of put in my makeup bag today, so I haven't started using them yet. Some of them have been stuff that are like long-standing staples. So just as a note. But I'll start by going in the order I always do. I'll go in the order that I actually apply the products. So to start off with, I would put on a primer, and my current primers are my two little minis. They're both from Benefit. This one is the Stay Flawless 15-hour primer, and I also have Benefit Porefessional. So the Stay Flawless primer, I actually haven't used this one before. Well, I have used it in like a little sample, but I haven't actually used it in the stick before. So it's like a stick primer, so it's very unique. You just kind of like apply it on your face. So I think it'll be fun to kind of play around with this one. And then I also have the Benefit Porefessional as well. This is like just a little baby sample. So those are the current primers that I'll be using. And then for my foundations, I have two as well. So it's kind of two different options depending on what I'm feeling. So I have firstly the Bobbi Brown BB Cream at an SPF 35. So this is a great option if I just want to do like a quick makeup look. If I don't want to mess too much with my foundation, I can just kind of throw this on super quick and like be out the door. So I have this option. It's great for summer as well because it does have the SPF, and it's good for like lighter sort of makeup days. So I have that. And then kind of on the other end of the spectrum, I have something that's a little more full coverage. This is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Foundation. It's what I'm wearing today. I see with this one, it does take a little bit more time to apply to make it look kind of nice. You can't just like throw it on. You definitely have to work, make sure it's blended well. But I am enjoying trying this one out. So that is if I want to do a more foundation sort of look versus like just a quick sort of makeup look. So those are my current kind of foundation options. Then for concealer, I have one of my favorites. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I really love this stuff because it's great for under the eyes. It's not too thick and like creasy or like, just look like heavy, and also is good for like blemishes, so really enjoy this one. So that's my current concealer. And then to set everything, my current setting powder is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's the matte and poreless powder in the translucent shade. So I really like this stuff. I was having this in my purse for like kind of touch-ups throughout the day, but I recently used up my Becca translucent powder, and that one, it was fine, but it was so expensive and it really wasn't worth the price. I much prefer something like this. I think this one even works better, and it's a lot more inexpensive. So this one's great, and I've been glad to start using this one every day versus just having it in my purse. That's my current setting powder. So those are all my kind of like base products. Now going on to my like colored face products, I have some blush options and also some like highlighter options. So for blush, of course, I have my Project 10 Pan Josie Maran Coconut Water Cheek Gelee in the color Poppy Paradise. This is just a really pretty, it looks very red. It's more like a pink on. You could definitely get a sheer wash of color with this. I mean, you can build it up, but I tend to wear it a little more sheer. But this is just a great, quick cheek color. And then I also threw in something else from Josie Maran, kind of another option if I want to do just a quick cheek color, like a liquid cream blush. But this is the Argan Infinity Lip and Cheek Creamy Oil. It's in the color Everlasting Honey. I think this is just a really great like summer shade, so I wanted to play around with this one a little bit too, so I don't get bored of using this like every single day. So I threw that one in as well. So those are my kind of cream liquid blush items. And I also have a few powder blushes. So mainly I wear something like this every day, and then sometimes I will wear like a powder blush on top of as well. So I have two current options for powder blush, and these are both two of my favorite blushes. So one's from Tarte. It's the 12-hour Amazonian Clay blush in the color Exposed. It's like one of the most popular Tarte shades, but it's just such a pretty kind of neutral or like nude shade. It's really pretty. So I really like this one. It's like a go-to, super easy to wear, kind of everyday sort of blush. And then another blush that I am currently loving is one from Hourglass. This is one of their ambient lighting blushes, and this is in the color Mood Exposure. So this one is definitely more pigmented than the Tarte one. This one I don't necessarily wear on an everyday basis just because it's a little bit more high maintenance, but it is super pretty as well. You just kind of have to have a lighter hand with it. So with this one, because it is more pigmented, I do have to use something to kind of diffuse the super intense pigment of it. So what I use is another product from Hourglass. This is their ambient lighting powder in the color Ethereal Light, so it's like the white shade. But this is nice to kind of, if your blush is too intense, to just kind of diffuse it a little bit. I also like to use this all over the face as like a finishing powder, so that's always a staple in my makeup bag as well. And then finally, I do have some highlighter options. I don't do highlighter every day, but I like having a few options on the occasional day that I do want to wear some highlighter. So I have two current options. One is a cream highlighter, and then I also have a powder. So for my cream highlighter, I have a little like mini of the Benefit Watts Up. Just a super pretty kind of champagne-y highlighter. This one's super like easy to wear. You can just dab it on and kind of blend it in and you're good to go. So this one's super pretty. And then for a powder highlighter option, I have another mini, but this one's from Josie Maran. This is the Argan Enlightenment Illuminizing Veil. And this one is just super, like a champagne-y shade, but it's super natural. It's not too crazy or anything. So those are my highlighter options. Once I have all the face items on, then I would go and spray on a setting spray. This is the current one I'm using, the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Just kind of like locks in my makeup and just makes it last longer. So that is what I'm currently using for setting spray. And then next I would put on like my eyeshadow. So for eyes, I have a few products to share. So firstly, I have my eyeshadow primer, which is the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is like my favorite eyeshadow primer. I've gone through a few tubes of it. I always seem to repurchase this one. So yeah, that is what I'm using for eyeshadow primer. Then I would be using, this is another Project Pan item. This is my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Yogurt. This is a good like kind of shimmery shade. It's just put all over the lid before I would apply like my powder eyeshadow. I can wear this one alone, but there are some powder eyeshadows I'm trying to actually use, so this one is kind of not worn on its own most days. And then for powder eyeshadow, if you watched my last video, you know I'm starting to work on panning my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. So of course this is my current eyeshadow palette in my makeup bag and will be for the foreseeable future, but I'm just kind of having fun with this palette, using the different shades, and yeah, this is my current eyeshadow selection. With one exception, I have one more kind of single shade if I want to do sort of a lighter eyeshadow look. I have the Urban Decay single in the color Sin as an option as well, just for those occasional days when I want to do something a little bit lighter, just like a super quick look. I can pull this out of my makeup bag and use that. So those are my eyeshadow options. Then for liner, I have another Project 10 Pan item. This is the Mally Starlight Evercolor eyeliner in the color Milk Chocolate. So just a nice brown color, super easy to wear. So of course that's in my makeup bag as I am working on it in my Project 10 Pan. And then for mascara, currently what I'm using is the Super Size Mascara from CoverGirl. This one I like. I kind of had to get used to the wand because it's not, they're like very short bristles that take a little bit of getting used to, but I have been enjoying this one now that I've worn it for a little bit more time. So that's my current mascara. Then for brow gel, I have another Project 10 Pan item. This is my Ready Set Brow Gel from Benefit. Now this one I'm almost finished with. I'm trying to use this one up. So once this is finished, then I'll move on to my Makeup Forever brow gel. This is something that I just recently got in the April VIB sale, so I've been waiting to use this one. So those are my brow gels. And then finally I just have my lip products, and ever since I did my kind of 21 days of lipstick challenge, I've just been having more fun with trying out more not trying out, but using different lip products versus just having a few. So I like to have, I have this little like glass jar with just different options, so every day I can kind of just pick what to wear based on whatever I'm feeling. But something I do use every day is this Fresh Sugar lip treatment in the color Rosé. Now it is slightly tinted, but it's not too crazy, and it doesn't really mess with the color of the other products. So this is just really good to kind of moisturize and hydrate my lips. So I will start, before I put anything else on, I'll put this one on first. And then for my lip colors, I have a few different options. So I have two glosses, and if I'm just feeling like a super kind of light makeup look or easy makeup look, and especially now that we're getting into summer, I think glosses are a good option. So for my gloss options, I have the Tarte Energy Lip Insurgence lip gloss. This is like a color changing lip gloss that kind of goes on clear, and then it becomes like more of a not deep pink, but kind of more of a brighter pink shade. At least on me it does. It's supposed to kind of adjust based on the individual person or like their skin pH, but this one's kind of fun. So that's one of my lip glosses. And then I also have the Buxom Full On Lip Polish in the color Argan. So this is just a nice pink shade. It has like little micro shimmer as well, so it's kind of fun for summer. So those are my current lip gloss options. Then for lipsticks, I have a few different options. So I have two of the Bite Amuse Bouche lipsticks, which are my favorite formula. I think today I am wearing the Honeycomb shade. So Honeycomb is just like a nude, super pretty. So I have that as a current option. And then I also have the shade Pepper as well, which is also one of my favorite ones from Bite. So there's the Pepper shade. And then for lipstick, I have the Meredith shade from Jouer. This is a really pretty kind of peachy pink shade. It's a good like everyday type of shade. So that's what this one looks like. And then finally I have one from Kiko Milano. This is in the shade, I think, Natural Rose. And this is just a very easy like everyday shade as well. It's just, as the name suggests, it's just like a rose shade, but super like easy to wear. So those are my kind of everyday lipstick colors. And then I do have a liquid lipstick. This is from Too Faced. It's the Melted Matte Liquefied Liquid Lipstick in the color Sellout. Now this isn't something I necessarily wear on a daily basis. I like to wear this more like on the weekends if I'm kind of experimenting around with makeup. So this one I've really been loving to try out. So that is another option for lip color. So those are all the makeup items, and then in these videos I also like to share the current perfume that I'm using. So currently I've really been enjoying my Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. I think from doing that perfume challenge, like I found some stuff that I really liked, but it also made me want to kind of use some of my favorites that I already owned. So this is the current perfume that I kind of have in my rotation. So this one is super nice. I don't know if it's particularly a super summer shade, but it's just kind of what I'm craving right now to wear. So yeah, that's kind of everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and definitely as my kind of makeup bag kind of changes, I'll definitely do sort of an updated video, because this was kind of fun just to talk about, you know, the current items that I am using. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon.